Good morning, everybody. It's Robb Moffett. Guys, I'm one of those strange people that just walk around with a flip phone. Welcome to the 90s. I was getting ready to do a little video this morning on how to hack a flip phone, how to do something with it. And I thought to myself, there's probably only 12 people left on the planet that have flip phones. So why would I want to make a video about this? But I started thinking maybe I could do a video on the advantages of having a flip phone over a smartphone. I don't want to emphasize from the very beginning, I'm not talking about why I think flip phones are better than smartphones, because they're not. Smartphones are freaking amazing. The reason I don't have one is because they're amazing, and I would spend all my time with my face in one just like half the people on the planet. But I spend a lot of time on a computer already, so I don't want to spend the time I'm not on the computer on another computer I walk around with in my pocket. So I have a flip phone. And I thought I'd go over some of the reasons that I like having a flip phone. And in the last 3 or 4 years, I've had one, and it's been really good to me. Number one is cost. I know there's smartphones out there that have come down in price tremendously. But my cost, I use a track phone I bought for $20 like 4 or 5 years ago. And it cost me $99 a year for a plan of like 1,200 minutes. Plus I get texting and other stuff that comes with it. But basically I just use it to take calls, make calls. And it works out good, $8 a month. It's hard to beat that. There's no long-term contracts. There's no going crazy over different plans or different phones. Just $8 a month. Number two is the size. If you're only making phone calls, you don't need something large. And it's very small. I mean, these things will slide out of your pocket if you bend over. So it's hard to find a 3 and 4 inch smartphone. Number three is because they're so small cost, because they're so small size and weight, they're really fun to hack them. You can do things with them you wouldn't want to do comfortably with a large, expensive smartphone. And you can send them up in a balloon. You can put them underwater. You can modify the case. You can do-it-yourself stuff with them you can't do with other cameras. You can personalize them. I was getting ready to add a mirror to mine this morning, so I could see behind me. You can get an app on your smartphone to do that, but with the flip phone, you can put a mirror on there yourself. It's kind of fun doing stuff yourself. So yeah, they're hackable. Number four, they're geezer friendly. As you get up in age, it's good to have stuff that's simple. You get a call, we'll flip it open. You're done, flip it, close. You can use this thing with one hand. There's nothing to slide or tap 3 times or start talking to it, or you don't have to unlock anything. You just turn it on, turn it off, flip it open. You also, if you're out in the bright sunlight, I think it's a little bit easier to see the display than on some of the big smartphones. Also, this is just for me. I don't like to text. More importantly, I don't like to receive text. I don't want to be on the computer somewhere. I get a text, I got to take out my phone and see what's going on. I'd rather just get an email or a phone call. So because it's got the old alphanumeric display where I have to tap it like several times to make one freaking letter, I end up making new languages and alphabets. It's not really text friendly for me. So I tell people I don't text, and so that means I don't get text, and I'm happy. So for me, it's a geezer-friendly phone. Number 5, it's durable. Because it's so small, it's more rugged than a larger phone. There's people making a living repairing the glass screens on smartphones, but nobody makes a living repairing screens on flip phones. Also, if they break, the hinge is bad, may go bad on them, you can just spend $20 to get a new one. Number 6 is the battery life and replacement. The battery life lasts a long time. I get 5, 6, 7 days because I'm only making phone calls. And also the replacement. Somebody told me they had a smartphone and the darn thing, the battery went bad and they had to throw the phone away. I think that's insane. That's insane. How would they make something like that? But on a flip phone, you slide open the back, you take out the battery, put in a new battery, you're done. 30 seconds, you're on the way. It's super simple. Number 7, if you do need all these new stuff, if you need Wi-Fi, browsing, gaming, music playing, PC syncing, different apps, your GPS, all that stuff. You can get it with a smartphone. I mean, with a flip phone, but just you have to pay more. But it's available. But you don't. I don't need it. But you can get it if you really need it. Number 8, a very, very good reason to have a flip phone is it doesn't drive you freaking crazy with all the options. First of all, they got 1,700 different plans. Then once you get your plan, you've got different phones, and then you have to make a decision. Then you're afraid to make a decision because they might come up with a new smartphone tomorrow that can make a way your dog can talk to you with a like you don't know what app they're going to come out with. So, and don't get me wrong, I think these apps are incredible. Smartphones are incredible, but once you lock yourself out of that, you can just feel so relaxed. You don't have to worry about all that crap. Number 9, you don't butt dial anybody with a flip phone. I had a friend, he dialed his girlfriend, or dialed his wife while he was talking to his girlfriend, and his life became very, very dramatic. Number 10, audio. Not in all cases, but the flip phone I think has better audio because of the placement of where the mouthpiece is and the earphone. It's pretty simple. Speaking of simplicity, number 11 reason would be because of it's so simple. It's not a complex device. There's very little to learn. If you really want to get complex, you can just start using your laptop computer. People are going to hate me for that. Why don't you can have your computer on your phone? Well, it's simple. If you want it to be more complex, you can have it more complex. You get a smartphone, but if you like simple, go for the flip phone. Number 12, it's different. Not many people have a flip phone. If you want to sort of stand out in the crowd, I haven't found out I stood out in the crowd. What I found out is I seem to make people laugh and when they see my flip phone. It's like, welcome to the 90s. If you really want to make people laugh, I had someone, she told me to take a picture of something, and I don't usually use the phone, my camera phone on my flip phone I don't know why, but I know why. I always carry around a Canon camera that's an extraordinary camera in my pocket, a small pocket camera, S100. It's one of the best cameras I've ever had. And she told me to take a picture. I took out my camera out of my pocket, and she looked at it and looked at me, and she laughed and laughed. I thought she was going to fall over. If you really want to be different, carry around a pocket camera. But if you carry around a flip phone, yeah, you get a lot of laughs. You're going to have a little thick skin. But yeah, I guess you'll be different with a flip phone if you want to be different. Number 13, very good reason, is you get to disconnect from Google and Facebook. The great Googly, it's taken over our life. It's on our email. It's on where we're going, where we've come from, who we're talking to, what are we sending, what are we receiving. And Facebook's the same way. Well, when you just get a regular old flip phone, you kind of disconnect from the great Googly. You're not hooked up to Facebook. You're not even checking your emails or your social media. And if you're like me, you're not even getting any text messages. You're radio silence, running deep. It's a good reason. It's comfortable. You ought to join me out here. Last one, number 14. I don't know much about this, but I think it's more difficult or not as convenient or profitable for hackers to mess around with flip phones. I don't think there's any rogue apps or bad apps or evil apps out there they're using to attack flip phones like they are for smartphones. Also, I don't think you are generally sending information back and forth across the internet and or storing a lot of information or sharing a lot of information that you do with smartphones. So I think it's a little more secure and private with a flip phone. So those are my 14 reasons that I like using my old welcome to the 90s flip phone. Hope you all find this interesting and useful. And check out my other videos. I've got over 600 videos. I've been making these for over 10 years. I put on a new video, at least one every week. And y'all check out the people I feature on my channel too. They got some nice people on there that need to have more viewers. People I like. So that's it for today, guys. I see you out there.